Dan Tortora here for another edition of the Dolphin Dive, exclusive in our multimedia marketing partnership with LeMoyne College and the Dolphins here on WakeUpCall and through Dan Tortora Broadcast Media. I'm here once again with LeMoyne Dolphins men's soccer, Michael Sparks. Appreciate you being here.
Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. Now, you've had an interesting go at it. I spoke with your teammate Z, who was out last season due to injury. You're currently out right now.
Yeah.
So you've experienced this transition to D1 from the sidelines.
Yes.
What's that been like for you?
I mean, it's been difficult because, you know, being back home and hearing about going D1 was obviously exciting, and it was always something I wanted to be a part of. So when I came back in and got injured in the first 2 or 3 days, it was disappointing, but, you know, it's been great to watch the boys, and I'm just trying to look at it positively right now, and the boys have been doing great. They've not gave up and been really resilient. So, you know, it's been a pleasure to watch them on the sideline so far. So it's been good.
What have been the biggest kind of growing moments for this team that you've seen from game one to now, when you're watching from the sideline and essentially watching kind of through a coach's perspective?
Yeah.
What are you seeing as you pick apart some of these games from the beginning to where they are right now?
I think it's always difficult at the start of the season because there's a lot of new guys coming in.
Yeah.
And especially with the transition from D2 to D1, that was always going to be harder. But we've got a new team, so we kind of need time to gel together. The pre-seasons aren't long at all in America. But I think, you know, as the games went on, you could steadily see that we were getting better and better. We had a first game against Penn State, which, you know, was a great opener, a great experience, but, you know, you want to play against the best teams, and I thought that was actually a good thing that we got them out of the way early on in the season. But kind of what you're saying, I think as time went on and we've got more used to each other, people have become more friendly off the pitch as well as on the pitch. People have started performing really, really well.
Callum Donnelly played on this team, was an assistant coach, obviously most recently involved in, you know, recruiting and helping find the right pieces. When you get the news that Tom Bonus is stepping away and Callum's taking over, what was that like for you to hear that?
I mean, I was delighted for Cal. You know, he's been at the programme for a while now. I know how intense he is and passionate he is about football. So, you know, when I heard that news, immediately I just texted Cal and said, you know, well done, you know, this is your chance now. And I was really happy for him. I know he knows what he's talking about, and I think it's always better when you've got a manager that you can tell actually cares, and he really does. So, no, I think everyone was pleased that Cal got that role.
What has he done in stepping from assistant to head coach that you've been able to see as he evolves as a coach? What have you seen?
He's a little bit more angry now than he was before. But no, I can see him, you know. I think it's different when you're an assistant coach because sometimes maybe you can't say the things you want to say or take charge because there's a head in front of you. I think he's always had ideas that he's wanted to implement, and now he's implementing them now. And we've also got Casey, who's came in to the team, and he's been really good. But, you know, the mix of those two have been great, and, you know, tactically, I know Cal is big on that. So, yeah, he's been great in that sense.
Casey Murphy, as you talked about, the assistant coach, he came on the show here recently as well. What's the dynamic like when now that you've spent the season on the sideline so far with Casey and with Callum? What do you take away from those guys together?
Oh, they're funny. They're funny to watch on the side. Cal's a little bit more intense. Casey's a little bit more laid back. He likes to have a little bit of banter here and there. But yeah, I can think like the last game when we got our first win and I saw them both hugging each other after the game and they were ecstatic. I just felt great for them, you know, because it had been a long time coming, and finally when it got there, I could tell those two were both buzzing, you know. But they're two really good guys, real good guys.
For you to get back onto the field, what is your hopeful timetable as you watch this season kind of tick away?
Yeah.
What are you hoping to get to?
Well, I'd hope to be back as soon as possible. I think we've got 7 games left, including the one that's coming up in the next couple of days. So I want to get back now. I'm kind of past my rehab stage, and I'm feeling better. So, you know, God willing, I come back out in the pitch and everything's okay.
You look at that non-conference play, and you obviously can learn from it, but your season essentially starts again when you go into the conference in the NEC, and knowing that your points can help you get into the postseason.
Yeah.
What is the hope now that you've seen this team go through everything they've gone through non-conference wise and a few of these NEC games? How do you feel about the NEC, and about what could be as you look to gain points as a team?
I think we just need to focus, and we've done this the whole season, you know, despite results, just focus on the game in hand. Doesn't matter if it's in conference, out of conference. The teams we've came up against all kind of bring a different level of you know, maybe flair or, you know, tactics or fitness. You know, not every team's the same. But I think now that we've got that win behind us, we just need to build on that momentum and not get complacent, and, you know, actually almost kind of put the win behind us, if you know what I mean, and focus again like we've not won a game. You know, I think every game's just as important as the next one, and yeah, win as much as possible. That's the aim.
I'm looking at a tattoo that I'm seeing right here. So the one that's on your arm here.
Yep.
And so it's a passage. And so why did you choose this passage where it says, "The Lord is on my side, I will not fear. What can man do to me?" Just why you chose to put that on there.
I got that a long time ago when I was 17, 18, and it was always kind of something that resonated with me. Certainly that passage in particular, and just thought, why not get it on my forearm and remind myself every single day.
I have to ask you this before rapid fire because it's something that I've attempted to do. I think I did successfully one time. I have coached soccer. I did U12,
Right.
and I dated a girl back in college who was a fantastic outside man.
Right.
So her whole family played, 2 girls, 2 guys. So they brought me outside one day and they were teaching me how to do headers.
Right.
I don't care how they tell you to hit it. They always say, no, if you hit it in the right spot in your head, it doesn't hurt. It hurt every time. The one time that I scored, it hurt like heck, and I try to pretend like it didn't.
Yeah.
Is there a proper way to do a header where you don't feel like you just got punched in the head?
I don't know, I guess it's based on technique. I've certainly had a few headers that hurt the next morning.
Yeah.
Some of them don't feel as bad. It depends who's playing the ball in. If it's Benny, who plays it in 90 miles per hour, it'll probably hurt your head. But, you know, if there's a little winger like Felix and you're just tapping in there, then it'll be all right. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, too, is you have the height. So I figure at certain points when everybody's stacking the box, they might look to you.
I mean, they definitely should, but they don't usually, so it's a bit strange. But
we'll have to fix that when you come back.
Yeah.
So before we jump out of here, we're going to play rapid fire with Michael Sparks of the LeMoyne Dolphins men's soccer team on Wake Up Call. You get to go first. You watch Z do it, so you know what it's all about. 3 questions apiece whenever you're ready.
Okay. I was preparing my first question over that.
Okay.
Favorite TV series?
Favorite TV series? As a kid and probably all time, Boy Meets World. One that I watched last night that I continue to watch over, even though I finished it, is Ted Lasso.
Okay, I like that one.
And I auditioned for this one, so I'm going to mention this one. Never thought I would audition for a reality show, but I did. Is Big Brother. I do like Big Brother.
You like Big Brother?
Yeah, I do like Big Brother.
Is it an American Big Brother too?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I watched the UK one, like, growing up a little bit, but I was very, very surprised you've said that there.
Yeah, like, it's just different. I'm not a liar, though. I'm not somebody... I would have to, like, withhold truth.
Okay.
Or I'd have to end conversations early, because if I lied, I would, like, pull them right back in and be like, hey, I'm sorry, I said this, I didn't mean that. So I feel like the lying part, not fun, but the game kind of, like, scheming and the technical stuff, as well as, like, the physical and the conversation piece, I think would be fun.
I see what you're saying.
Just to see how it goes.
I see what you're saying.
All right, well, I'm going to go off of that. If I could put you on a reality show, Michael, what reality show would I put you on where you feel like you would be successful?
Reality show?
Reality show.
I was going to say Love Island, but don't usually have that much luck in that department. Maybe something like Below Deck.
Below Deck, okay. I do know this show.
It seems quite, I know Scott Peterson loves it, and it's quite entertaining. Out in the water, quite like being out in the water. I think it would be a good time. Maybe something like that.
Below Deck. It's not a bad show. Yeah. It's a pretty good show.
Yeah. I've only seen a few episodes. I get the concept of it, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, not a bad choice. What's your second one for me?
My second one would be, if you could get someone to play you in a movie, who would it be?
Well, I've been told I look like certain people, and I don't feel like I look like them at all. In Jarhead, they said Jake Gyllenhaal and I had the same shaved head and beard. I got Colin Farrell before.
That's not a bad show.
But one of the guys from the band The Wanted
Right.
looks exactly like my face, but he has blue eyes. And I never thought someone could look that. And my buddy, I came into the house one day, it was the weirdest thing. I was down in Kissimmee and I used to live with a couple of my buddies, so I came down to visit. He's in the dark watching TV, and he's watching The Wanted. He pauses it and he goes, "Bro, go stand by the TV right now." And I was like, "Hello?" Like I had my bags, I had just gotten there. I went over and I stood next to it, and it was my face and this guy's face. And I will honestly say that with an English accent, we're the same face, which is pretty crazy.
Okay.
So I probably have to say he'd have to play
I need to
me.
Google him tonight. I don't know who you're talking about, but
Yeah, I don't know his name. I just know he's in The Wanted.
Okay.
So yeah.
I should recognize him then.
Yeah.
If he's looking like you, I'll recognize him.
All right. Let me see here. Musically, you heard Z talk about this. I'm going to go the opposite. What's one song that if your team chose for you to come out to, you would know that it was a prank and you'd be really upset?
Like annoyed that they were doing
Yeah,
it?
annoyed that they used this song.
There's loads of these. There's loads of these.
I got mine. Mine's easy.
Like if they played the song, I'd be like, why are you doing this?
If
Like,
if you're
they
running
know
out,
they know I hate it, or
yeah,
like
you're
it's
like
just
you're
well,
you're running out onto the pitch and the song comes on over the speaker.
probably God Save the Queen.
God
It's
Save the
it's
Queen?
A Rangers song. Yeah, I would definitely wouldn't sing that. Never.
Okay, God Save the Queen. All right, fair enough. What's your
I got a
last?
little bit political there, but I didn't mean it to. But like,
No,
that's the way I feel.
our president said that at the end of his speech, and it had nothing to do with the speech. So, interesting. But what's your final question for me?
My final question will be. Let me think of a good one. If you're going into a gas station
Yeah,
about 1 a.m. at night, starving,
yeah,
you've got $10 to your name.
yeah.
What are you buying?
Oh, $10 to my name in a gas station at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Big cliffs down the road.
Okay. All right. I'm probably getting. I'm not getting any of the sandwiches. I don't know how long they've been there.
Okay.
So I'm probably getting Pop-Tarts,
Right.
Chex Mix. That's gonna run me what, like $6? So Pop-Tarts, Chex Mix, and maybe like a granola bar or some type of like fruit bar, Nutri-Grain, something like that. Something that like resembles food.
Sounds tremendous.
All right. All right, my final question for you, Michael. What is the best nickname that someone's ever given you?
I mean, Sparksy's my nickname,
Sparksy.
and
Okay.
I've kind of been called that. Everyone calls me that, really. It's rare for people to actually call me Michael, unless they're like my mum and dad.
Okay.
But yeah, Sparksy, that's kind of what I've had that since I was like 7 or 8. It's just stuck now.
Are you good with it? You want to keep
I like
Sparksy
it.
forever?
I like it. I don't mind it.
All right.
I don't mind it.
Well, that coming from Michael Sparksy Sparks, Dan Tortora here for this edition of
Pleasure.
Dolphin Dive. Come out and support LeMoyne Dolphins men's soccer on the pitch and all of the sports here at LeMoyne. We appreciate you for watching. We'll talk with you soon. Thanks, Michael.
No worries.